Hi all, welcome to Tech Forum. In this video, we will explore running the LLM model on a local machine using Ollama and tools like LlamaIndex and Langchain. I will demonstrate two different approaches for running the LLM model on a Windows machine through the Ollama Docker container and the Ollama Windows installable, which is currently in preview version. Ollama is a free application for locally running generative AI large language models. Currently, it's available for macOS and Linux with Windows support in preview. Additionally, on Windows, you can easily utilize it within Windows Subsystem for Linux and Docker containers. The Ollama application allows you to pull the desired large language models locally for running and serving. You can interact with the models directly from a command line interface CLI or access them via simple REST API. It can leverage your CPU or GPU to run the LLM models. Provides better performance on devices with a good GPU. I am on a Windows machine with a CPU and 16 GB RAM. Specific models such as the extensive Mistral models require ample resource to run locally. Quantization plays a crucial role in compressing models and reducing their memory footprint. The pre-quantized models are available for your reference here, Ollama.com library. You can find various models including Gemma, Llama 2, Mistral and 5 and other models. Quantization involves converting 32-bit floating point numbers in the model to 4-bit integers. Quantization significantly reduces the memory requirements without substantially compromising model performance. One of the recommended starting points among various quantization options is Q4_0. This variant provides an optimal balance between memory savings and model performance. During your exploration of Ollama models, you may encounter tags beginning with Q followed by a number and sometimes K. Let me open one of the model. I will go with Gemma. Click on tags. You can find various models. If you see latest, text, also if you come down, you can see various quantization model Q4_0, Q4_1, Q5_0. Also if you see here Q2_K, you can find various quantized models. Every model in the Ollama library comes with different tags that gives you specific info about what it does. These tags are denoted by the text following the colon in the model's name. Here are some key points to understand about tags. The primary tag is commonly known as the latest tag, although it may not always represent the most recent version of the model. Instead, it indicates the most popular variation. When the tag is not specified, Ollama automatically selects the model with the latest tag. Within the latest tag, you can find details such as the model size. If you see here latest 5.2 GB and also the beginning of the SHA-256 digest. You can see this value here and the age of that particular model variation. If you see this one 2 days ago. The right side of the tag presents the command required to run that specific version. If you see here Ollama run Gemma, here this is the latest version. Also you can find different commands like 7b, then 2b-text, also different quantized version Q4_0 and different ones. Even you can click on here, if you go into latest, you can find different details like model family, then parameters and quantization, if you see 4-bit and when it was published. Key features of Ollama. The first one is automatic hardware acceleration. Ollama automatically finds and uses the best hardware on Windows like GPUs or CPUs with modern instruction sets. This speeds up performance and makes running AI models effortless, saving you time and resources. The second one is no need for virtualization. Ollama eliminates the need for virtualization or complex environment setups typically required for running different models in AI development. Third one is access to the full Ollama model library. The platform grants unrestricted access to a comprehensive library of AI models. The next one is always on Ollama API. Ollama's always on API seamlessly integrate project with powerful AI capabilities without additional setup. Refer to this GitHub page for more details on Ollama. Download macOS version or Windows preview version or Linux version from here. Even Docker Ollama image can be used to run Ollama in your local machine. Refer to this page to understand more on Ollama REST API. As we discussed earlier, Ollama enables various API endpoints to interact with LLM models. Some of the important APIs, if you see here, generate AI completion, post API/generate, you can see the various parameters, model, prompt, then images, then optional parameters like format, options, system, template, you can pass it. Also stream equal to false or true, then also keep alive. You can send various parameters here. If you see here, this is the way we can invoke API, generate, then passing some parameters like model, llama 2, then prompt, then we will get the response. So also if you come down, you can see other APIs like generate a chat completion. The API is API/chat. Here again model name, then messages. Part of the message we can send role, system, user or assistant, then content, then even images you can send it. Also some optional parameters like format, options, then template. Also other API is, even you can create a new model from the model file. So you can refer here. Even you can list local models like through this /API/tags. It will return all the models deployed on your local system. Also you can see the model information through API/show. You can copy the model API/copy. You can delete a model from your local machine API/delete. Even you can pull a model to your local machine through API/pull. Even you can push a model to Ollama library API/push, but you should register to ollama.ai. Other important one is like you can generate embeddings like /API embeddings. You can pass the model and prompt. This will return the embeddings. Here are the list of Ollama CLI commands. Ollama pull model name. This pulls models from Ollama library to your local system. The next one is Ollama run, again model name. This runs the specific model on your local system. If the specific model is not available on your system, this command first pull the model into your system. Then Ollama rm remove model name. This removes specific model from your local system. The next one is Ollama cp, means copy a model to different name. The next one is Ollama list. This lists the models deployed on your local system. The next one is Ollama serve. This starts the Ollama service on your system without running the desktop application. All the CLI commands internally invoke the APIs, whatever we discussed earlier. The next one is Ollama Python library. This helps to integrate Python projects with Ollama. So if you see here, as a first step, we should install Ollama package. Then you can use various functions like ollama.chat. Then you can pass model name, then the messages, what is the role, what is the content. You can get the response. Also you have various options you can specify. Then also chat, then generate. You can specify model and prompt. Also list, show, create, copy, then delete, pull, push, also embeddings. Again, these all functions internally call the Ollama APIs. Next one is Ollama JavaScript library. This helps to integrate JavaScript projects with Ollama. Again, as a first step, install Ollama npm package. Then you can invoke various functions like chat, generate, create, list. Here also same, these functions internally invokes the Ollama APIs. Additionally, Ollama supports various tools and libraries including Langchain and LlamaIndex. You can refer here for more details. Let us now see how to run Ollama in a Windows system through Docker container. As a first step, execute docker run, then volume, then we are saying the port number, then the image name Ollama/Ollama to pull Ollama Docker image to your system and to run the container. This is mainly for CPU. If your system is enabled with GPU, follow different commands. Once this step is completed, then you can execute specific commands. Docker execute -it, then Ollama run Llama 2. Here we are running Llama 2 model on our local. Yeah, execute this command because I already executed, the container already exists. So I am going directly and starting this container. Docker start Ollama. Even you can stop with this command. The container is now started. Now I am going and execute this specific command. Ollama. This displays all the available commands. We already discussed about this. Let me run a specific model now. If you see here Ollama run Pi, I am going with this model. So this model I already executed, so it won't download now. But if you run first time, as a first step, the model is downloaded, then it will execute. Okay, fine. Now I can send a message. Let me copy this. This may take some time based on your system capacity. Now you can see the model response for your prompt. You can send different prompts to the model. Now if you go to the Docker container logs, you can see the API request to the API/chat endpoint, the post request. To verify the server is running, you can go to localhost, the same port number what we referred earlier, 11434. This displays Ollama is running. Here you can type /?. To understand more available commands like /set, you can set session variables. Those will be used while invoking the LLM. Also show, if I execute show, this will show the model details. If I can type again, show info. Yeah, you can see family pi2, then parameter size 3b, quantization level q4_0. Like that you can execute different commands. You can load a model or save the model. Typing /by end the session. Let us now see how to use Python library to perform LLM operation. As we discussed earlier, as a first step, install Ollama package, import Ollama package, then we are executing generate command here, Ollama.generate, the model name Pi, then prompt site 20 famous people. Then we are printing the response from result. Also you can execute different commands like chat or completion. So let me go and execute this now. If I go here. Now you can see the model response. Let us now see how to use JavaScript Ollama library to invoke the LLM operations. Ensure this Ollama npm package is installed, npm install Ollama. Then import Ollama from Ollama, then some chat config, model is Pi, then prompt cite 20 famous people. Then we are invoking the generate method here. If you see here Ollama generate, then passing the model name and prompt, then we are just printing the response. Let me now go and execute this. Now you can see the response from model. Let us now see how to directly invoke the REST API. If you see here curl, then the URL localhost 11434 API generate, you can use different APIs, then passing the data model Pi, then prompt, again same prompt I am using, stream equal to false. Also even you can pass some options if required. If you see again here options, temperature, maximum context, then stream false again. Let me now go and execute this curl command. So this is fine. Now you can see the LLM response. Let me now install the Ollama Windows preview package. You can download the package from here, Ollama setup.exe. Once installed, you can execute Ollama serve to start the Ollama server. Now the server is started. Now you can go to another command prompt. Here you can execute Ollama run any model you need. Also you can execute any other commands whatever we discussed. So this is fine. Now type any message. I am going to type the same prompt again. What are the options we earlier executed through Docker container? You can execute through this Windows server. Now you can find the LLM response. Let us now see how to use some of the other frameworks like Langchain and LlamaIndex. Langchain simplifies working with language models in Python and JavaScript by providing library of common steps and concepts. I am using Langchain along with Ollama to implement RAG pipeline to embed my website content to a vector store and run LLM in my local. The LLM model returns the response based on the user query and the context stored in the vector store. To execute this Python script, you should install some of the packages, Langchain and Langchain community. Also import the required packages from Langchain community and Langchain. I am using web-based loader to load the content from a remote web page. Then using the text splitter and Ollama embedding model equal to Llama 2. Then I am using Chroma vector store to vectorize the documents, store it into the vector store. Then I am using Langchain retrieval QA chain with the required model Ollama, then vector store as the retriever. Then execute the query, the question. Like here I am sending what is connection timeout agent, because this blog is about the connection timeout in Apache Link. Then you can print the response from the LLM model result. Let me now execute the Python script Ollama_langchain.py. This will take time because there is lot of execution need to happen, embedding, then vector store, then the model need to be executed. This error says the model Llama 2 is not in my local. So we should pull that model. So for that execute Ollama pull Llama 2. Now the model is pulled to the local machine. You can execute the Python script. So let me do that. This will take time based on your system capacity. I already executed this. Let me show the output. If you see here, the LLM providing the response based on the user prompt and the context provided by the block data. Let us now see how to use LlamaIndex. LlamaIndex is a simple, flexible data framework for connecting custom data sources to large language models. I have a simple one-page document that talks about Adobe Experience Manager. I am going to use this document as a context to create the response from LLM model. This is the Python script. As a first step, install all the required packages. LlamaIndex, LlamaIndex LLMs, Ollama, LlamaIndex embeddings, Hugging Face. These are all the package I installed. Then import the required packages. Here I am using Llama 2 model, Ollama model equal to Llama 2. You can specify the request timeout. Here I am specifying a higher value because my system capacity is not that great. So it will obviously take time. So you can set the maximum time based on your system capacity. Now I am reading the PDF documents here, simple directory reader. I am setting the context, settings.llm, the LLM defined here. Then embed model is I am using this Hugging Face model, BGE small en v1.5. Then chunk size 512. Chunk overlap 64, you can change it based on your use cases. Then index, vector store index from documents. What are the documents? I read it from that folder. Documents. Then query engine, index.ask query engine. I am sending the query, what is AEM? The response to this content is available in my PDF document. So then response query engine.query, then executing the query, printing the response. The execution will take time. I will show you the response received from my earlier execution. Python Ollama_llamaindex.py. This is the response. This response is based on the data provided from the PDF document. What is Adobe Experience Manager? It explains the details. Let us now see how to use Open Web UI, a user-friendly UI to execute LLM operations on Ollama models. You can run using a Docker container. So Docker run the port number. You can use this command to execute the UI. I already installed the container. I'm going to start the container. Okay, now the container is running. Open Web UI. Ensure even Ollama is running. Now access the UI localhost 3000. So you should be signing up for a account. This is a local administrator account. I already completed. I'm going to sign in. Now signed in, if you see here select a model, you can see different models available in your local system. If you need any additional model, you can run Ollama run the model name, whatever we did it earlier. So now if I select this PHI, this is fine. Now if I can go and execute the prompt. Now you can see the LLM response. Additionally, you can enable some of the settings. If you click on this, you can see here general, you can specify the system prompt, notification, even advanced parameter, you can specify connections. If you see here Ollama API URL, you can specify, even you can specify Open AI API key and base URL. Then models, even perform some of the model operations here. You can enter the model name or tag, then you can download the model, then you can select the model to delete it. Interface, you can perform some changes, audio, images, chats, you can specify some configurations, also the local account. As discussed earlier, even you can use various tools and frameworks along with Ollama. Ollama is a fantastic application that facilitates the quick execution of LLM models on your local machine. It offers a library of quantized models that can be directly run on your local machine. Additionally, Ollama provides APIs that can be seamlessly integrated with various applications. Moreover, it supports interaction with different libraries such as Python and JS, as well as integration with various tools and frameworks like Langchain and LlamaIndex. That's all for today. Thank you all for watching the video and see you in the next video.